At the end of that 6 months, I was under the impression that they were going to keep me. We decided to move forward with starting our family. And we found out they were expecting. Sorry.
You're all right. Hey, Alan, what's up?
Hi. I'm doing okay.
What's up, man?
So my question is, how do I get back up after losing my job for the second time?
Oh, man. What happened
in a year?
What happened in a year? Jeez. What happened the first time?
So we moved up, me and my wife moved out here to Omaha. Okay. Me and my wife moved out here to Omaha, and we, for jobs and because it was cheaper. So we did that. The first time, I worked in IT for a company, and I actually thought it was going really well. And then due to some of it's my fault, miscommunication with my manager at the time. They saw fit to let me go the first time. And the first time I was able to get back up, I feel like I was able to get back up and running as soon as it happened. I found I was down and I got back up and found another job. And for the second job, I was there for 6 months, and there was a 6-month probationary period because it was for the local government, IT for them. And at the end of that 6 months, I was under the impression that they were going to keep me. And so me and my wife, actually, we decided to move forward with starting our family. And we found out they were expecting. Sorry.
You're all right. You found out you were expecting, and then you also found out you lost your job.
About a week or two later, yeah.
Oh, man. So how far along is your wife?
We just hit the 20-week mark, so she's due in April.
Okay. And you're scared to death, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm failing as a husband, and I'm not even a father yet.
I'm just going to sit here with you for a second. The psychology research tells me that losing a job, especially one that you don't see coming, has a similar impact to losing a loved one. And when you see it as a matter of provision, I want to be a good husband, I want to be a good dad, and it goes away, and especially it seems like it goes away without you even realizing it, man, it's a tough loss. And so I think most of us want to scramble up and try to go fix it right away. I want you to grieve it for a minute, man, okay?
Yeah, I've been doing that for about 2 months now.
Okay, that's too long. And I say too long, like you got to go get a job at Walmart or McDonald's or something. That's not your career. But you can't feel your way back to your feet. And you can't think your way or podcast your way back to your feet. You got to go do.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, so looking back, I feel I don't know why it took me so long to get up and do anything. I finally had the courage to go and do DoorDash after, which is okay, but it's not great.
No, it's not. It's something. It gets you up out of the house. You have to shower.
Yeah.
So I don't want to blow by something, though. Because I think the current ethos in our culture is to blame everybody for everything. If you and me are just hanging out, having some chips and queso, just chit-chatting, doing some reflecting, if you had to make a list of 2 or 3 or 4 things that you know you contributed to getting fired right in a row twice? What are 3 or 4 things, 2 or 3 things that you need to work on, that you need to improve?
I had a hard time focusing.
Was that a lack of sleep? Was it you don't really know how to do the job? Was it, do you need to go get some medication? What do you mean you had trouble focusing? Were you looking at stuff on the internet you shouldn't have been looking at? Looking at pornography? Were you looking at YouTube all day? Like, what do you mean by that?
I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was in college, and I never did medication until just actually I noticed it was an issue. I realized it was being an issue with my last job. So I did go in to get help, but it was just too late, I think.
Okay. I also have wrestled with ADHD my whole life. I'm not any better, any worse than anybody else, but I've learned that a lot of things I can do on a day-to-day basis, like activity and exercise, even when I don't want to, and getting out in different temperatures, whether it's cold or whether it's hot, and having some friends, sleeping, putting my phone down. Do any of those things ring a bell?
Yeah, I have done woodworking in my in the meantime.
Well,
which is my escape.
Yeah, and my guess is, 'cause here's what I want you to prove to yourself. Most people think ADHD is just an inability to focus. It's not true. Because I bet you get to woodworking, you can do that for a long time, can't you?
Yeah.
Yes. ADHD has a hyper-focus component to it. And so often it's about value. This particular task before me is not worth my time, or is lame, or is boring, or is whatever. So I think a big question you can ask yourself is IT the job for you?
There's a lot of downtime, but when there are projects that I actually did really get invested in, and I did really enjoy those projects, but just the downtime was hell sometimes.
Sounds like you're not telling me the whole story, but that's okay. You don't have to dig into it. I want you to spend some time being honest about, okay, what must be true during the downtime? If I did the projects and I did them with excellence and they were outstanding, the reason is I work in a building full of IT guys. If you're great at something, you can really knock out the project and you knock it out of the park every time you do it. People, will put up with a lot because IT guys are kind of like radio guys. Like, they're just some men and women that just see the world and experience it all differently. People will give people a lot of latitude. And they'll have hard conversations direct with you. If you do mediocre work when the projects come in, and you struggle during the off times of finding other things to do, of being a good teammate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, then yeah, they'll let you go. And here's all I'm saying. I want it to be both and for you. I don't want you to walk away from these two experiences because, by the way, these aren't the end of your life. You're going to go on to do some amazing things, okay? But I want you to listen to what these experiences taught you. And the thing I think you've lost more than anything else is confidence in Alan. And I want you to regain confidence in Alan, and you can't think your way to it. You've got to go act your way to it. So here's what I want that to look like. I want you to feel a little more confident that you went to a doctor and you did something about this. I want you to feel a little more confident that you made something. I want you to make one project a month for somebody in your woodworking thing and give it to them. Mom, dad, friend, cousin, college roommate, whoever, mail it to them. Tell them some goofball on the internet's told you needed to do this. I want you to go down to the local YMCA or down to a local gym, and I want you to start an exercise program. Okay? I want you to make a 3-day commitment. I will go for a walk. I will go exercise. I will go lift weights. I'll go do something to begin to make myself feel and know I'm a little more confident. I want you to make a commitment to an hour. This is just for 30 days. An hour before bedtime, put all screens down, away. Deal with that awkwardness. Learn to rediscover your wife. In fact, hang on the line. I'm going to send you a copy. I'm going to send you Questions for Humans, the all 3 couples deck and the new intimacy deck. I want you to go through those with your wife. No screens, no screens, no screens. Relearn about each other. I want you not just to do Uber and Lyft. I'm proud of you for getting up off the couch and going to do that. I want you to go get a job at Walmart. I want you to go get a job where you can possibly end up being an assistant manager. I want you to go just get a job after a job after a job. I want you to work. I want you to go to bed tired at night. And you spend a lot of time in your head. That's good. I want you to start writing those things down. Get them out of your head because they spin and they spin and they spin and they spin and they spin. I want you to begin doing those things. I want you to find 1 or 2 guys you can go walk with that will meet you at the gym or whatever. And last thing I want you to do, I want you to do that this weekend over the Thanksgiving holiday. We're recording this show right before Thanksgiving. I want you to write your future kid, your kid that's going to be here in April, write him or her a letter. Tell him about dad got knocked down. Dad got let go twice of 2 jobs that he liked, and he got real scared. And then write in that letter, here's what dad's going to go do. Dad's going to start exercising. Dad's going to start standing up a little bit taller. Dad's going to start reading. Dad's going to get off the screens and create kind of a screenish, free-ish life for when you come along. Dad's going to go work 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs until he lands another one. He's going to confront the challenges with downtime, the expression of ADHD in the workplace. We're going to confront those things head on and begin to make some changes. I see a bright future ahead of you, Alan. Little step after little step after little step. Here's my challenge to you. Call me back in 30 days. Call me back right before Christmas and let me know how you're doing. I want to know how you're doing if you're taking step by step by step. I'm proud of you, brother, for making this call.